Cassini dove in between the rings and the planet for the very first time. So at midnight tonight will be the first time Cassini turns back to the Earth, sends a signal, and lets us know that it successfully navigated through this gap where it's flown for the very, very first time.
Johnny, you guys good down that way?
Systems, radio science, we have X-band carrier signal detection.
We've got a booming carrier, everything looks great, we're just now waiting for the data.
Ansco Systems, Cissini Ace, I can confirm we have a good lock on the 66360 bit rate data flowing at this time, and you should see it on there. Cissini Ace, I confirm that the science playback is in lock and starting to run. Copy.
Cassini is safely sending back data.
Cassini is a mission of firsts. Time and time again, it has continued to surprise us. Astounding observations. It has changed our thinking irrevocably.
Onward to the grand finale. In years, NASA's Cassini spacecraft begins its final chapter. In this visualization, you're traveling with Cassini at over 70,000 miles an hour as it makes one of its 22 planned dives through the unexplored space between Saturn and its rings. Looking toward the planet, Cassini will see Saturn's cloud tops 10 times closer than ever before. Looking out from the planet, the spacecraft will scan Saturn's icy rings in detail. Look closely and you'll see embedded moons. The distant sunbeams from beyond the rings as you travel along. This daring new mission will give us the closest views yet, the first taste of Saturn's atmosphere, and maybe the mission's best science yet. This is Cassini's grand finale.
Olá, sejam bem-vindos. Esse é o Acredite ou Não. Nosso sistema solar tem uma série de diferentes tipos de planetas. Alguns feitos de rocha, como a Terra, outros de gelo, como Plutão, e outros feitos de gás, como Júpiter. Mas o que aconteceria se você fosse viajar além de Marte, atravessar o cinturão de asteroides e tentar pousar no gigante de gás? Como seria esse pouso? Seria possível pousar lá? Existe um chão sólido? É o que você vai ver agora nesse vídeo. É possível pisar em Júpiter? Como seria esse pouso? Vamos começar dizendo que a atmosfera de Júpiter é tão densa e o ambiente tão hostil que não vamos sobreviver nem mesmo por um segundo lá. Você pode ter uma visão mais clara do ambiente hostil do planeta pelo fato de que a mancha vermelha que você vê na parte inferior de Júpiter é de fato uma tempestade. Mas qual o tamanho, você pergunta? Bem, essa tempestade em Júpiter é 2 vezes o tamanho da Terra. Esse planeta tem uma tempestade maior que o nosso planeta Terra. Tão grande que é claramente vista mesmo do espaço exterior. Você não pode sequer pensar em ter uma chance contra o Júpiter. Mas vamos esquecer essa chuva por enquanto. Embora alguns planetas pareçam ser gasosos, não são como o gás leve e arejado como geralmente pensamos. Na Terra, o peso do ar acima de você que é puxado para baixo pela gravidade do nosso planeta cria uma pressão modesta. Isto é 1 kg por centímetro quadrado. Essa é a massa de um grande livro, como um dicionário, se você lembrar daqueles do século XX, empurrando para baixo em uma área do tamanho de uma única peça de Lego. Nós convenientemente chamamos de um bar. Em contraste com o nosso planeta, planetas gasosos são compostos principalmente de gás. Eles também são gigantescos e o peso de todo esse gás é tremendo. Por exemplo, Júpiter é principalmente formado de hidrogênio e é enorme, 11 vezes o diâmetro da Terra e mais de 300 vezes a massa. Pode ter um núcleo rochoso que é 10 vezes maior que a massa da Terra. Toda essa massa provoca intensa gravidade, puxando para baixo o gás que é comprimido e cria uma pressão fantasticamente alta. Se você tentar pousar em um planeta gasoso, você estaria sujeito à pressão além de qualquer coisa que você possa imaginar. À medida que você desce abaixo das nuvens de gás coloridas, a pressão cresce continuamente, chegando a 1 milhão de bars, a uma profundidade de cerca de 10 mil quilômetros. Você estaria imerso em um mar de hidrogênio tão denso que é mais como líquido do que gás, a 20 mil quilômetros. A pressão é cerca de 2 milhões de bars. Isso é 2.000 vezes maior do que a maior pressão encontrada na Terra, na Fossa das Marinas, que é a parte mais profunda do Oceano Pacífico. Indo mais a fundo, o hidrogênio é comprimido tão forte que os elétrons são espremidos. A estranha condição faz com que o hidrogênio metálico, indo ainda mais profundo, a pressão continuaria a disparar, excedendo talvez 40 milhões de bars no núcleo rochoso, mais de 60 mil quilômetros de profundidade. Seria agora como o peso de 2 milhões de dicionários sobre uma peça de Lego. Se você tentar pousar em um planeta gasoso, você nem chegaria a algumas centenas de quilômetros. Sua nave espacial e você seriam totalmente destruídos, esmagados pela pressão atmosférica esmagadora, muito antes de você encontrar o núcleo. Assim, você iria afundar para o núcleo, mas apenas na forma de átomos esmagados. Bem, sugiro a você, ligado no Acredite ou Não, que por enquanto prefira pisar em chão duro mesmo. Aqui na Terra está ótimo. Se curtiu o vídeo, clique no joinha e se ainda não é inscrito, se inscreva no canal e fique por dentro dos nossos vídeos semanais com os temas mais legais do YouTube. Pessoal, até a próxima!
Cissini is reaching the end of a very long and a good life. Soon there will be no fuel left for it to continue to make maneuvers, and so it's been decided by the Cissini team at NASA that it will go out with a bang. Currently, it's darting in between the rings of Saturn, and if it survives that, they'll send it on a collision course with Saturn itself. This way, it will avoid crashing into and contaminating any of Saturn's moons. Cissini is a remarkable spacecraft. Were it not for space probes, the best image we would have of Saturn is this. Instead, we are graced with this, and this. Out of all my videos, I enjoyed making my Saturn video most of all, and it was thanks to Cissini and the many wow moments it had as I was researching it. With it about to take its final bow, I felt it only fitting to do a kind of Cissini, this is your life, and share some of those wow moments with you. I'm Alex McColgan and you're watching Astrum, and together we will find out everything there is to know about the Cassini-Huygens probe. The first probe to reach Saturn was the Pioneer 11 probe in 1979. It was at this time that scientists confirmed that Saturn's largest moon, Titan, had an atmosphere. They knew they had to go back and visit the moon, but this time with a lander. Now Voyager 1 and 2 were already en route to Saturn at this point, and so naturally it was too late to include a lander with those missions. Thus Cassini-Huygens was born, and in October 1997 it was launched into space. Getting a spacecraft to Saturn is no mean feat, as the whole trip is combating the gravity of the Sun trying to pull Cassini back to the inner solar system. So to help achieve the speed needed to reach Saturn, Cassini used planets as gravitational assists. It flew by Venus twice before returning back to Earth. Earth's gravity then slingshotted it towards Jupiter, which gave it the final push needed to reach Saturn. This alignment of planets, which allowed these gravity assists, only occur once every 600 years, so timing in this case was crucial. And Cassini really scraped past Earth on the second time round too. It was only 1,100 kilometers above Earth's surface at its closest approach. This is made even more interesting when you realize what actually powers Cassini. It is by 3 RTGs, or radioisotope thermoelectric generators. Basically, the power source comes from about 33 kgs of radioactive plutonium. It's this radioactive decay which produces the power, and even today it still produces about 700 watts. The issue with the spacecraft carrying this radioactive substance is if the scientists had got their calculations wrong and a crash landed on Earth, everybody on the planet would have been exposed to the radiation. Now 33 kgs spread out over the whole Earth is a very small amount, but in the worst case scenario, NASA estimated it would have caused about 5,000 deaths from cancer. They put this down as an acceptable risk though, as the chances of this happening were only 1 in a million. Cassini used RTGs because solar panel technology wasn't good enough at the time for the sun to power something so distant. With RTGs, Cassini would have a very long operational life, and it would still be able to carry on even now if it wasn't for the fact it was about to run out of propellant fuel. Cassini had numerous objectives: to understand the structure and dynamic behavior of Saturn's rings, explore Saturn's moons more fully, measure the magnetosphere of Saturn, study Saturn's atmosphere, and study Titan more extensively. This last part is where the Huygens part of the Cassini-Huygens comes into play. You see, Huygens was a lander attached to the Cassini spacecraft, designed to see what was going on under the hazy clouds of Titan. Now Huygens is the part of the mission built and operated by the ESA, the European Space Agency. The probe was only about 1.3 meters wide and weighed 300 kilograms. When it detached from the orbiter, it spent 22 days in space before entering Titan's atmosphere. The only system aboard that was active at this point was a wake-up timer, due to wake up the probe only 15 minutes before it entered the atmosphere. And when it woke up, what it saw was amazing. This video is an actual sped-up version of the 2.5-hour descent. The main mission of Huygens was actually about this descent, taking readings from the atmospheric pressure, its composition, wind speed, and so on. And because the mission was only to measure atmospheric readings, the battery life wasn't expected to last long beyond the landing. The scientists thought they could be landing on an ocean or lake, and so had designed Huygens accordingly. From what you can see though, it actually landed on what could be the bed of a dried up lake. But this is a topic for another video. The mission for Cassini itself has been remarkably successful, as well as scientific data it's picked up over the course of these last 13 years. It's been able to provide some of the most stunning pictures found of space. I just want to showcase some of my very favourites of Saturn. And of course, Saturn's moons are beautiful in their own right too. And some very dedicated souls have even taken 1 million photos Cassini has taken to show us what it would be like to be sitting on the Cassini spacecraft. These are all real images. They've only been color corrected and enhanced and put in order to show movement. There's no CGI, and it's simply amazing. So what is Cassini doing now? Before it vaporizes in Saturn's atmosphere, it's performing some very close flybys to the planet and some of its moons, getting closer to Saturn and its rings than it ever has before. Beginning on the 30th of November 2016, Cassini has repeatedly climbed high above Saturn's North Pole, then plunged to a point just outside the narrow F ring, which is the edge of the main rings, and it will complete 20 orbits in total. Then, on April 22nd, 2017, Cassini will leap over the rings to begin its final series of daring dives between the planet and the inner edge of the rings. This is the Cassini grand finale. After 22 of these orbits, each taking 6 days to complete, the spacecraft will plunge into the upper atmosphere of the gas giant planet, where it will burn up like a meteor, ending its epic mission to the Saturn system. NASA's website states the reason for this final mission. As it plunges past Saturn during the grand finale, Cassini will collect some incredibly rich and valuable information that the mission's original planners might never have imagined. The spacecraft will make detailed maps of Saturn's gravity and magnetic fields, revealing how the planet is arranged on the inside and possibly helping to solve the irksome mystery of just how fast the interior is rotating. It will vastly improve our knowledge of how much material is in the rings, bringing us closer to understanding their origins. Cissini's particle detectors will sample icy ring particles being funneled into the atmosphere by Saturn's magnetic field, and its cameras will take amazing, ultra-close images of Saturn's rings and clouds. No other mission has ever explored this unique region so close to the planet. What we learn from these activities will help improve our understanding of how gas giants and families of planets everywhere form and evolve. At the end of its final orbit, as it falls into Saturn's atmosphere, Cassini completes its 20-year mission by ensuring the biologically interesting worlds Enceladus and Titan could never be contaminated by hardy microbes that may have stowed away and survived the journey intact. It's inspiring, adventurous and romantic, and a fitting end to this thrilling story of discovery. Well, thanks for watching. I will likely do another video on Cassini shortly before its mission ends,